Welcome back to day 90. This is Getting to Know God with the Children's Bible, and my name is Amanda. Thank you for joining me. And if you're new, welcome. And if you are not new, welcome back. So we are on day 90, and today is the secret mission. Bit of James Bond going on. This can be found in Judges 6, and here we go. Gideon was surprised at the first thing God told him to do. I wonder what it could be. It had nothing to do with raising an army or fighting against Midian. It was something even more important. The people who lived in Gideon's town had copied the Canaanites in their worship of the Baals. Gideon's own father, who was called Joshua, had an altar for Baal built in his own land. God said, "You must begin by pulling down the altar to Baal and cutting down the sacred tree dedicated to the goddess that grew beside it. Then build a good strong altar for me in its place." Gideon made up his mind to obey God. He wanted to bring the Israelites back to the true worship of God, as well as rescuing them from their enemies. But he was afraid. He knew that the people of the town would be very angry. They would be sure that something terrible would happen to them if the Baal altar was destroyed. They believed that the Baals were strong and powerful in the land. So Gideon decided to go do what God had told him at night time, when no one else could see. He took 10 of his servants to help him, and in the darkness they worked as quickly and quietly as they could. First, they smashed the altar of Baal and chopped down the trees around it. Then they built a firm, strong altar to God on the same spot. Before dawn broke, they crept silently home, but a secret known to 10 men is not a secret for very long. Soon, everyone knew what had happened and who was to blame. That very morning, the townsfolk came knocking on Joshua's door. "Bring out your son Gideon," they shouted. "We're going to kill him for what he's done." Whatever Joshua may have thought before, he spoke up bravely now for Gideon and for God. "Are you taking Baal's side?" he asked. "If he's really a god, he can stand up for himself. He's the one whose altar has been smashed. Let him punish my son, if he can." Gideon's courage and trust in God was catching. Soon he would show all the people of Israel what God could do. What do you think of that? Brave move, hey? Brave move. Not very easy to smash up something that you know a lot of people are going to be angry with you. So Gideon had to be strong, had to be courageous, and had to follow his heart and his instincts. He knew that God had done great works for Israel. He knew that, and he had proved himself. God had proved himself, and through yesterday's reading, where he had wet the ground and not the yarn, and vice versa. So he saw that his courage and strength was infectious, and his father even said, "If this God is really unhappy, let him come and deal with my son." A good way of going about it. So it's just a wonder what that means for you and for I. Because in this day, this year, this century, in this time that we live, people are very quick to condemn and to just call for your life, really, if you do something against their beliefs. And we all have beliefs, so it seems very unbalanced when, for example, I as a Christian cannot say something that you will disagree with, because you will then blame me or call me a range of names that you may feel are appropriate. Whereas I don't do that to you. I don't call you names because you are against my religion or you're against the God that I believe in. I don't do that. So we have to trust, obviously, and we do. We trust in the God that created everything on this earth. We believe in a God that created us in our perfect form and is able to return us to our perfect form. And we sometimes will have to be up against people that will call us bigots or many other names because we have a belief that is different to theirs. We must remember that the world is the world and God is not of this world. God created this world for us, but then the devil took over. And so we must pray for the spirits and the souls of those people who demonized you as a Christian or I as a Christian. I'm lucky I can sit in my garage and talk about this. But there are people in other countries that cannot say even Jesus or even say God bless you. They can't do it because they will be imprisoned or they will be shot or they are being tortured because of what they believe. And I feel that it may come to a point that that's how it may be in England as well. I pray it doesn't, but I know that God has a plan for each and every one of us, and He will look after us. And there will be times where we as believers will have to go through struggles and difficulties, but never forget that He is always by your side, or He is carrying you through those difficulties. God bless you.